Good morning. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know, I don't know when you're watching this. Um, this post is always about grief, the grieving process. And I share a little bit about what grief is all about. It has many stages and many complications, many variations, and as different as we are as people, is as different as grief can be experienced, because we're different. We have our own life experiences and perspectives on life. And the thing that we've lost that's causing the grief process to kick in is different for each of us. Um, for me, at this point, I've just passed the 6 year anniversary of my husband's dying. And it's hit me particularly hard this year. And I don't know why. Every year is different. Um, yeah, I think it's just a combination of a number of things that are going on for me right now. And it's just kind of sent me into a tailspin. And I'm actually recording this at 5:30 in the morning because I normally post around 8 on Saturdays. So, yeah, I'm sharing the cover of my book, which is still in the publishing process. We've had a little bit of a glitch happen, but makes me kind of sad that it's happened for a variety of reasons. But it is what it is, and some things you can just go with the flow, as it were, and other things just kind of pile on top of each other. And I think that's part of why I'm not feeling kind of entirely myself these days. Um, just to give you a little bit of a heads up about this book that is ready to be published, I want to publish it in print, ebook, and audio. And a friend of mine has taken on the audio portion. So that might be a little bit late. I don't know. I don't know when it's all going to get posted, but I will certainly let you know when it is. Please don't give me something more to worry about is the title, because in that period of 2015 through, well, today, honestly, it's an ongoing process. 2015, my husband had a stroke, and for the next 3.5 years, I was making sure he was well cared for. He lived at home still with me, and he was able to do many things of his own, but on his own. But his memory was severely impacted, and he couldn't make decisions because he didn't know what things were. Like for example, he liked to go down to the local coffee shop in the early days of after he came home from hospital. Um, he still knew where the coffee shop was, and it was something he enjoyed. So he would walk down there, but he couldn't. He couldn't transact. He would go in front of the cashier, the order area, and say he'd want a coffee, but then he didn't know what to do about it after that. So I got him a gift card, and so the clerk would, he would hand the clerk his card. They would swipe it, give it back to him, and get him his coffee. So, we managed. And in the early days, he could do things like that, but slowly over time, he began to deteriorate mentally. There were many things he just couldn't negotiate anymore. And then his body also began to fail, and eventually he died of congestive heart failure. And it took me I kept on working. I was working through all this, and I went through my own cancer therapy while he was still alive. And yeah, sorry, I just kind of lost my train of thought. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. this impact of the anniversary of his dying is it's really kind of sent me back to the to the old brain fog of that first year of his passing. It's a time where brain fog really is quite dominant, I have to say, and a fatigue. Oh my goodness, fatigue. Yeah, I'm still dealing with fatigue because of partly because of that, partly because of all the stresses of those I don't know, 3.5, well, more than that, years. Even up to retirement, I worked for another couple of years and then I retired. But I was still grieving and I kind of isolated myself from the world. Yeah, I would meet friends for coffee and that was lovely. But I found it difficult to get out of my place and into my car even to do chores. I mean, I had to force myself because I needed food and a few other little things. But yeah, it was a hard period. And I have to say, I'm still dealing with it. And so my memoir, Please Don't Give Me Something More to Worry About, is really the story of that journey into and through grief. And I'm not through it. And I don't know if I ever will be through it. It's just that it will be, the pain is less, the memories don't come up as often. I have my own single, renewed, new life to navigate. And so, that does take up most of my uh, attention. But when you've lost something like your life partner, sorry, it's part of the grieving process. It always stays with you. Yeah. Most of the time I can get on with life, but occasionally, like I said, it's been recently 6-year anniversary, and I'm still dealing with it. So, yes, I've learned much and I've learned enough that I could share it with you and hope that you can see yourself in my story and learn, uh, not learn really, because grief, you're going to do what your emotions are going to do, what your emotions are going to do. And there's no getting around it. There's no avoiding it. It's going to happen regardless. It's just that I feel like if you have an idea of what's coming, it might be easier to navigate. It might be easier on you. At least you can say, oh yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So that is my post for today. I hope you will subscribe, like, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what your experiences have been in this area of grief. And grief isn't only about losing a person, it is that, absolutely. But it is also, it's many, many things that we hold important to our health and safety. Um, that we've somehow lost ground in, lost track of, that suddenly changed and flipped our world upside down. All these things need to be grieved. The losses need to be grieved. That maybe even the things that we wanted to have and and didn't get or recognize that we never will get. I mean, those need to be grieved too. So that is my post for today. I wish you well, be well, and if you're in grief, know that it will get easier.